The vast research station nestled quietly amid Oregon's lush green wilderness, where technology and nature converged in a delicate dance. Hana Kim stood near the observation window, her slender fingers adjusting complex monitoring equipment that hummed with alien precision. Outside, the morning mist rolled across the landscape, creating ethereal patterns that seemed to whisper secrets of the unknown. Her dark eyes, sharp and analytical, scanned the terrain with an intensity that betrayed her extraterrestrial origins. The communication device on her wrist blinked rhythmically, tracking every minute environmental change. Jay Park appeared on the trail, walking with a casual confidence that seemed almost alien to Hana. Beside him, a large German shepherd moved with disciplined grace. The dog's fur was a rich blend of black and tan, muscles rippling beneath a coat that spoke of strength and loyalty. Hana's scanning equipment immediately began its complex analysis. Algorithms churned, data streams flickered, and warning indicators started to light up. To her advanced sensory systems, the dog appeared as a potential threat, a biological anomaly that defied her understanding of companion species. The dog, named Buddy, seemed completely unaware of the alien observation. His ears perked up occasionally, catching sounds imperceptible to human ears. Each step was deliberate, a perfect synchronization with Jay's walking rhythm. This was more than just a walk. It was a demonstration of an intricate bond that would soon challenge everything Hana knew about interspecies relationships. As Jay and Buddy approached a clearing, Hana's heart rate increased. Her training had prepared her for first contact scenarios, but nothing could have prepared her for this moment. The dog was massive, at least from her perspective. Its muscular frame suggested a predator, yet it walked calmly beside a human, seemingly domesticated. Buddy stopped suddenly, his head turning toward a distant sound. Jay paused, watching his companion with a mixture of trust and curiosity. The dog's behavior was precise, almost military in its discipline. Each movement, calculated, each sense alert. Hana's translation device struggled to interpret the silent communication between human and canine. How could such a potentially dangerous creature exist in such a relaxed state? The algorithms in her system began to malfunction, unable to process the complexity of their relationship. A small bird chirped in the distance. Buddy's ears twitched, but he remained perfectly still. Jay's hand rested casually on the dog's head, a gesture that spoke volumes about trust and companionship. This was something her entire civilization had never understood: the ability to transform a potential threat into a loyal companion. The morning light caught Buddy's coat, creating a golden halo around his muscular frame. He was beautiful, in a way that transcended typical biological classifications. More than just an animal, he was a partner, a protector, a friend. Hana zoomed her visual sensors, capturing every minute detail. The way Buddy's muscles tensed slightly when a distant sound caught his attention. The precise alignment of his movements with Jay's walking pattern. The absolute trust reflected in their shared space. Her preliminary report was already forming, in her mind. This was not just an observation of a human and a dog. This was a revelation about the potential of interspecies communication, about bonds that defied scientific understanding. Jay spoke softly, a command that Buddy instantly recognized. The dog's response was immediate and precise, a level of communication that suggested something far more complex than simple training. This was a relationship, a partnership that challenged everything Hana's civilization understood about biological interactions. As they disappeared into the morning mist, Hana realized her entire understanding of life, communication, and companionship was about to be rewritten. A simple walk with a dog had become the most significant research moment of her career. The research station systems continued to process the data, but no algorithm could truly capture the profound connection between Jay and Buddy, a connection that would soon change everything. The research center buzzed with nervous energy as Hana Kim reviewed her initial observations. Her colleagues gathered around holographic displays, their alien features etched with a mixture of confusion and growing curiosity. The video footage of Jay and Buddy played on repeat, each frame dissected with scientific precision. It appears to be a controlled biological entity, one researcher muttered, pointing at Buddy's image. But its relationship with the human defies all our previous understanding. Hana leaned closer to the display. The dog, Buddy, represented something entirely new. On her home planet, animals were strictly functional. They served specific purposes: food production, labor, scientific research. But this was different. This was a companion. Later that day, an opportunity presented itself. Jay arrived at the research facility, Buddy walking calmly beside him. The alien researchers tensed, their advanced sensory equipment humming with anticipation. To them, Buddy looked like a weapon, a biological construct waiting to be unleashed. "May I ask about your companion?" Hana approached, her voice carefully controlled. Jay smiled, a gesture that seemed both friendly and slightly puzzled. "This is Buddy. He's my dog." The translation device struggled. Dog, a word that seemed to encompass far more than a simple species classification. Buddy sat beside Jay, his eyes alert but calm. To the alien researchers, this was impossible. A potential predator sitting quietly, showing no aggression. One of the senior researchers, a tall being with crystalline skin, stepped forward. "Is this creature a security mechanism? A biological defense system?" Jay laughed, a sound that completely confused the alien observers. "No, he's just a friend, a companion." The concept was entirely foreign. On Hana's planet, relationships were calculated, precise, determined by genetic compatibility and societal function. But this was something else entirely. Buddy wasn't a tool, he wasn't a weapon, he was a friend. Demonstrations followed. Jay gave simple commands: sit, stay, come. Buddy responded with a precision that astonished the alien researchers. But it wasn't just about obedience. There was something deeper, a connection that transcended simple communication. Hana watched closely. Her scientific training fought against what she was observing. The dog showed emotional intelligence that rivaled, no, exceeded, many advanced species she had encountered. When Jay seemed tired, Buddy would move closer. When a loud noise startled the research team, Buddy's protective instinct became immediately apparent. "How long have humans maintained this type of relationship?" she asked, her curiosity overwhelming, her professional detachment. "Thousands of years," Jay responded. "Dogs were once wolves. We domesticated them, worked together, became partners." The researchers exchanged glances. Partnership. Not control, not ownership. Partnership. Buddy lay down, his eyes occasionally checking on Jay. It was a subtle movement, but one that spoke volumes. This wasn't a trained response. This was care. This was love. One of the alien researchers tried to approach. Buddy, the dog's entire demeanor changed, not aggressive, but alert, protective. A clear message: I'm watching. I'm here for my human. Hana's initial threat assessment began to crumble. What she had seen as a potential biological weapon was actually something far more complex. A relationship built on trust, companionship, mutual understanding. As the day progressed, Buddy demonstrated skills that shocked the research team. He could detect subtle changes in human emotional states. He could follow complex instructions. He could provide comfort in ways their most advanced emotional algorithms could never replicate. The misunderstanding was complete. What they had seen as a threat was actually a testament to something profound: the human ability to form deep, meaningful connections across species boundaries. Hana looked at her initial report and knew she would have to rewrite everything. This was more than a scientific observation. This was a lesson in understanding, in companionship, in the complex nature of relationships that her civilization had never comprehended. Buddy simply wagged his tail, unaware that he was about to change everything. The research facility's security simulation was about to begin. Alien technicians prepared their most advanced detection systems, confident in their technological superiority. Jay and Buddy stood at the edge of a massive testing ground, surrounded by sensors, cameras, and complex monitoring equipment. "We will simulate an unexpected intrusion," announced the lead researcher, her voice sharp and precise. The alien team believed no biological entity could match their high-tech surveillance systems. Buddy sat quietly, his ears slightly moving. Jay stood relaxed, one hand casually resting near the dog's collar. The alien researchers watched with clinical detachment, their advanced sensors scanning every millimeter of the testing ground. Suddenly, Buddy's posture changed. His muscles tensed, his ears pricked forward with intense concentration. The alien researchers noticed nothing unusual on their screens, but something had caught the dog's attention. 3 minutes later, a small autonomous drone, deliberately programmed to test the facility's defenses, was detected. Not by the alien technology, but by Buddy. The dog's low growl preceded any electronic warning. Before the sensors could register the drone's presence, Buddy had already identified its location. Jay responded to the dog's subtle body language, pointing precisely to the drone's hidden position. "Target identified," Jay said calmly. The alien researchers were stunned. Their most advanced detection systems had missed what a simple dog had noticed instantly. Buddy's senses had picked up minute vibrations, sound frequencies, and electromagnetic signatures that their complex machinery had overlooked. Another test followed. This time, a simulated chemical threat was introduced into the environment. The alien team's sensors began complex analyses, preparing to detect and neutralize the potential danger. Buddy simply walked to a specific corner of the testing ground, sat down, and looked directly at a small ventilation point. "He's indicating the source of the simulated contamination," Hannah whispered, her scientific mind racing to understand. The dog's capabilities went beyond simple training. This was a sophisticated understanding of environmental changes, a sensitivity that seemed almost supernatural to the alien researchers. More demonstrations followed. Buddy could detect subtle changes in human body language, predict potential medical issues before they became apparent, and navigate complex environments with a precision that challenged everything the aliens understood about biological intelligence. Is this possible?" one researcher asked, reviewing the data. Jay simply smiled. Thousands of years of partnership, breeding, understanding. The words seemed too simple to explain the complex relationship between humans and dogs. But they were profound in their simplicity. During a stress response test, Buddy demonstrated another shocking ability. When Jay was placed in a simulated, high-stress scenario, the dog's behavior changed instantly. He moved closer, providing physical comfort, reducing physiological stress markers in ways no technological intervention could match. The alien researchers realized they were witnessing something extraordinary. This was not just about detection or protection. This was about a deep emotional intelligence that transcended traditional understanding of species interaction. Hannah's notes became frantic. Every demonstration challenged her previous scientific understanding. Buddy was not just a companion. He was a partner, a being with capabilities that merged biological intuition with learned skills. The final test pushed everything to the extreme. A complex holographic threat simulation was initiated. Multiple potential danger points, sophisticated camouflage techniques, advanced movement patterns. The alien technology struggled to process the multiple variables. Buddy identified 3 potential threat locations before the first sensor could even begin its analysis. As the demonstration concluded, silence filled the research facility. The most advanced technological civilization in the galaxy had just been outperformed by a dog and his human partner. Jay knelt beside Buddy, scratching behind his ears. The dog's tail wagged, completely unaware of the scientific revolution he had just initiated. Hannah knew her report would change everything. Humans were not just another species to be studied. They were masters of a complexity that defied traditional scientific understanding. Buddy simply looked up, waiting for his next command, a living testament to the incredible bond between humans. and their most loyal companions. The research facility hummed with anticipation. Weeks of testing had led to this moment, a comprehensive evaluation of Buddy's extraordinary capabilities. Alien scientists from multiple star systems had gathered, their curiosity pushing the boundaries of known scientific understanding. Jay arrived with Buddy, the dog moving with a quiet confidence that seemed to challenge everything the aliens knew about biological intelligence. The testing ground looked like a complex maze of technological marvels, sensors, holographic projections, and advanced detection systems covering every possible scenario. "We will now conduct the final comprehensive assessment," announced Dr. Hana Kim, her voice betraying a hint of excitement that was unusual for her species. The first test involved complex sound and vibration detection. While alien technology struggled to process multiple frequency ranges, Buddy demonstrated an uncanny ability to distinguish between the most minute environmental changes. His ears would twitch, his body would subtly shift, indicating potential threats long before any machine could register them. A series of hidden speakers began generating increasingly complex sound patterns. Most biological entities would become confused. Buddy simply sat, his attention perfectly focused, filtering through the noise with remarkable precision. The second phase tested emotional and physiological response. Jay was placed in a simulated, high-stress environment. The alien researchers expected to see standard biological stress reactions. Instead, Buddy's response was extraordinary. The dog moved closer to Jay, positioning himself in a way that immediately reduced physiological stress markers. His presence alone seemed to create a calming effect that no technological intervention could replicate. The alien medical sensors went crazy, unable to fully comprehend the complex biochemical and neurological interactions happening between human and canine. "Impossible," muttered one senior researcher reviewing the data streams. But it was happening right before their eyes. The third test pushed boundaries even further. A complex security scenario was designed. Multiple hidden threats, sophisticated camouflage techniques, advanced movement patterns that would challenge the most sophisticated detection systems. Buddy moved through the environment like a living sensor. His body became a sophisticated detection mechanism. Every muscle, every sense worked in perfect harmony. He identified potential threats with a speed and accuracy that made the alien technology look primitive. One particularly challenging scenario involved a series of holographic threats designed to confuse and misdirect. While the alien sensors struggled, Buddy's biological intelligence cut through the complexity. His instincts, developed through thousands of years of human partnership, allowed him to distinguish real threats from false projections. Jay watched with quiet pride. To him, Buddy's abilities were normal. To the alien researchers, this was a revelation that would change their understanding of biological intelligence forever. The final test involved a simulated environmental challenge. Toxic gas, electromagnetic interference, complex audio-visual disruptions, everything designed to overwhelm biological detection systems. Buddy not only survived but navigated the environment with remarkable efficiency. His ability to process multiple sensory inputs simultaneously was beyond anything the alien researchers had ever witnessed. It wasn't just about training. This was a sophisticated form of intelligence that merged biological intuition with learned skills. As the tests concluded, an unusual silence filled the research facility. The most technologically advanced civilization in the galaxy had just been comprehensively outperformed by a dog and his human partner. Hana Kim's research notes became a manifesto of discovery. Humans had not just domesticated an animal, they had developed a partnership that transcended traditional understanding of species interaction. Buddy sat beside Jay, completely unaware of the scientific revolution he had just initiated. His tail wagged occasionally, a simple gesture that seemed to mock the complex technology surrounding him. The alien researchers exchanged glances. Their understanding of intelligence, of partnership, of biological potential had been completely transformed. Jay simply scratched Buddy behind the ears. "Good boy," he said softly. Those two simple words seemed to contain more scientific complexity than all their advanced technological systems combined. The revelation was complete. Humanity had just rewritten the rules of interspecies intelligence. The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Hana Kim presented her final report. Holographic displays flickered with unprecedented data, showing the extraordinary capabilities of Buddy and the human-canine partnership. Representatives from 1,000 different star systems listened, their advanced sensory organs processing information that challenged everything they knew about biological intelligence. Jay sat quietly in the observation area, Buddy lying calmly at his feet, unaware that he was about to change galactic understanding forever. Humans have developed a partnership that transcends traditional biological limitations, Hana began, her voice steady and precise. The images of Buddy's remarkable abilities played across massive screens, detection capabilities that surpassed the most advanced alien technologies, emotional intelligence that defied computational understanding. The eldest council member, AI, crystalline being with thousands of years of scientific experience, leaned forward. His neural interfaces struggled to process the information. A simple Earth creature had demonstrated capabilities that their most advanced artificial intelligences could not replicate. Explain the evolutionary process, demanded another council member. Hana's presentation revealed a complex history. Thousands of years of careful breeding, mutual survival, and deep emotional connection had transformed wolves into dogs. But it was more than simple domestication. This was a partnership of extraordinary depth. Buddy represented something entirely new. Not a weapon, not a tool, but a living, breathing example of interspecies cooperation that challenged fundamental understanding of intelligence. The council watched footage of Buddy detecting hidden threats, providing emotional support, navigating complex environments. Each demonstration was more shocking than the last. His abilities went beyond simple training. This was a sophisticated form of biological intelligence that merged instinct, learning, and emotional connection. Humans do not control their companions, Hana explained. They partner with them. The distinction was crucial. On most advanced civilizations, companion species were strictly regulated, controlled, assigned specific functions. But humans had created something different, a relationship based on mutual trust, understanding, and emotional connection. Buddy shifted slightly, catching the attention of the entire council. His simple movement seemed to mock their complexity, technological understanding. Here was a being that didn't need advanced computational systems to understand complex environments. The report detailed extraordinary capabilities. Buddy could detect medical conditions before they became apparent. He could navigate environments with a precision that challenged their most advanced robotic systems. His emotional intelligence allowed him to provide support in ways no technological intervention could match. Some council members remained skeptical. Others were completely transformed by the presentation. The implications were profound. If humans could develop such a sophisticated partnership with another species, what other capabilities might they possess? This changes everything, whispered one council representative. The final segment of the presentation focused on the emotional bond between Jay and Buddy. It wasn't about control or function. It was about a deep, almost spiritual connection that transcended traditional understanding of intelligence. Jay had been invited to speak. His words were simple but powerful. Buddy is not a pet, he said. He's a partner, a friend. The translation system struggled to capture the full depth of the statement. Friendship, a concept that went beyond biological utility, beyond survival, beyond traditional understanding. As the presentation concluded, the council remained in shocked silence. Humanity had just demonstrated a form of intelligence that was more sophisticated than any technological system they had ever encountered. Buddy, completely unaware of his galactic significance, simply wagged his tail and looked up at Jay. The universe would never be the same. The most advanced civilization in the galaxy had just been comprehensively redefined by a human and his dog. Hana Kim's final words echoed through the chamber. This is not just about a species. This is about the extraordinary potential of partnership.